I think we're actually burying the lead. Hey, OC, how did you know that Parsons was going to be able to rush the passer as well as he did? You're the only person I've ever seen to ever say that Micah Parsons could be a put-his-hand-down guy. So I need that question answered.
The OC.
And Boss show me. Oh, my goodness. We got to talk. We got to talk about these rumors. I'm going to keep it real with you.
Like, we must have got a guard. That's the only thing that would have made him do that. That's it.
He know.
He know. Because he been watching Twitter, man.
He been watching Twitter, man. So listen. Maxx Crosby has now followed Dak, Jake, Clowney, Trevon.
You can't handle the truth.
My reefer with Henny and Coke. Please don't be stingy, got plenty to smoke. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I live. Seem like they doing the most for the clout. Did what I said so they know what I'm about. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I live.
Boss, show me.
Yes, indeed. I wouldn't be me if I didn't. Yeah, so we go follow the money. You gotta go to the money. Boss, show me.
Shot it. Fight for, see, that's how to go out. Don't go out, just sit back. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna take Matthew Golden. No, fight for, you wanted physical. You said you wanted physical. Fight for it.
Yeah, man. So we gotta watch this chess game. All of us. We gotta watch this chess game. Are the Dallas Cowboys being aggressive?
Oh, you see this guy?
Oh my God.
Somebody else see it.
It's
BossCowboySports, where your voice matters.
What's up, family? What's up, everybody? Make sure y'all like and subscribe to this channel. We bring a lot of good sauce to the community. Let's go. Today's stream is brought to you by Sleeper app. Go for a Hail Mary on your sleeper picks and win up to 100 times your money. Use promo code BCS and Sleeper will 100% match your first deposit up to $100 instantly, like that moment. So obviously it's been a lot of news going around about this Crosby thing, and it's a rumor that was started by Trey Wingo. Okay, so he got it hot in the streets, and everybody obviously wanted to hear this, right? This is also something I've been lobbying for, but I also will say I'm also somebody that as I learn things and I'm educated on things, I also will abruptly turn the wheel and change directions. So obviously Crosby makes sense for a lot of reasons, right? He has the game, he has the youth, he also fits the style of defense that Eberflus runs in a 4-3, right? There's a certain type of edge that fits 4-3 defenses. So let me listen to Jerry, man, and we go talk about this. Yeah.
Jerry, you know, your offense is clicking really, really well. You've got a lot of faith in your coaching staff. You feel like you've started to see some improvement from the defense. We know the trade deadline is coming up here in a couple of weeks. What do you have to see from your team over the next 2 weeks to change your position from maybe just we're open for business to we need to go get someone to put this team over the top?
Very, very good question. Okay, I like that question from Bobby. What does he say?
I don't know that to actually affect a trade, that what we see over the next few weeks is the most important ingredient as to how there might be a trade. They'll probably, if there were a trade, it will be because it fits us.
Yeah. He say fit is more important. Fit. Not our record. Is he telling the truth? Is he telling the truth? Because when we acquired Amari Cooper, we was 3-4. And I do believe that was more because of fit. Wide receiver by committee wasn't working. And so we elected to change. Yeah, and they said he ain't coming, boss. They just said it. Who just said it? But yeah, I don't think the room. I'll talk about it. Let me get to it.
It fits us, and to fit, it's got to be a reason why the player would leave that we're interested in going forward with, and it would have to fit us in terms of our plans on our roster, the financial, everything that goes with that. And so you don't just because we played well and all of a sudden everybody thinks, boy, you're in the hunt. So it's time to go out and gather up all of this talent that's waiting around out here on the trees to add to it now that we feel good that we can be more competitive. That's not realistic. What's realistic is that if we do see an opportunity, we are in as good a shape as we've been in years.
See, that's the key part right there. We are in as good a shape as we've been in years to be able to make a move. So he talked about fit, and he just talked about being in shape to make a move.
With picks, with financial, with our cap, we're in as good a shape as we've ever been if we see a way to improve our team with a player that makes sense today, this year, next year, to entertain it and look at it.
Right. So, and he just said Tom Pelissero said that it wasn't nothing to it. Let me pull it up real quick. Because, to be honest, you already beat me to the punch. I was kind of smelling that myself as I looked into the details.
You are fake news.
Yeah. Hold on real quick. Let me look it up. 1 second. All right, let me look at that. Let me see what Tom said real quick. So looking at this, it came out 15 minutes ago. Hold on. He said nobody wants to win. Nobody wants to win more than Maxx Crosby, and he wants to do it with the Raiders. Despite various rumors with the trade deadline 2 weeks away, the face of the franchise isn't leaving Las Vegas. The Raiders met with star Maxx Crosby today and let him know that they aren't shopping him and won't trade him, sources tell him. While other teams are interested, the Raiders aren't interested in moving their best player. And Crosby wants to stay in Vegas. Now, that part I don't believe. That he wants to stay, I don't believe that at all. Especially when I go look at his activity and what he's been doing. He's basically been winking at Dallas. Basically, the rumor itself got his attention. It's like, I want to get up out of there. But let me listen to Jerry, and then we go break down why Tom had to throw cold water on this. And I ain't gonna lie, I was gonna throw cold water on it too.
The head coach.
Jerry, you know, your offense is clicking really, really well. You've got a lot of faith in your coaching staff. You feel like you've started to see some improvement from the defense. We know the trade deadline is coming up here in a couple weeks. What do you have to see from your team over the next 2 weeks to change your position from maybe just we're open for business to we need to go get someone to put this team over the top?
I don't know that talent that's waiting around out here on the trees.
I already played that. Let me play the other clip, and then I'm going to get to the point. I'm going to go ahead and get all the way to the point and just put this to bed. And we going to get into the other news that's going around. That's actually not good. Let me just go and get to the point. Let's go to the money, because the money is the key part. This is what kind of let me know that this whole thing was
You are fake news. Wrong.
Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
What let me know is I started doing some research and I was talking to people. The first person that kind of clued me in on this was BJ Nix when we was in the space, and he just threw all kind of cold water on the idea of Crosby. The main reason, y'all, is that dead cap hit. Let me make it bigger. I want to make sure y'all can see it. That dead cap hit of $72 million. And so, you know, like anybody that really want an athlete, you could say, well, why was San Fran calling them? Why was so many teams calling them? Is there a way? So why would these different teams be calling them, right? And I start thinking about it. You know what it is? Chum. Chum in the water. That's likely what's going on. This is about chum. So what I really believe is going on is chum in the waters. The chumming means dumping bait or something into the waters to attract fish. Cause see, I've been saying for weeks that Jerry likes to get his phone to ring. So one of the things that'll get his phone to ring is chum. So you signal that, hey, I'm willing to go after Crosby. So if you're a team that's interested in shopping your defensive ends, it's trying to draw you in to call Dallas. Because when I saw that dead cap, I was like, damn, 72 million. And so I wasn't ready to give up. I'm being all the way on. I wasn't ready to give up. I wasn't ready. I was like, okay. And then I started thinking about possibilities. I said, well, I know Jerry just talked about that the cap hit or the dead cap for Clark was 25 million. And he said the Cowboys only eating 2 million of that. And so I was like, maybe they go try to get the Raiders to eat most of that. Right? And so me and Tuck was on the phone and I said, this is what we got to find out. Let's go find out if there has been any contract, any new contract in NFL history that was just signed and then they was traded. And I did the research and the answer was,
Oh, hell no.
It's never happened. It has never happened. From my research. Now, if y'all could tell me where a player has a new contract and was then traded that same year, educate me, because I didn't find it. So when I was looking over, the closest that it came was Odell Beckham, but it wasn't within the same year. It was the next year. And so if I look at the money, you'll kind of understand why, right? That's why I say we got to follow the money. Let me get it where y'all can see it. Give me 1 second. You know, I got to try to get my presentations good for y'all. So you can see that, y'all can see that dead cap hit, right? So the biggest hit is is the first year of his contract. Yeah. So regulator asks, is the Maxx Crosby trade talk legit? In my opinion, it's not. It's chum. It's the Dallas Cowboys trying to likely generate interest. That's what I bet. But see, year 2, his dead cap is 35. So if a team wanted to go for it, that might be the year that they try to do it. And then on top of that, it's a 3-year contract. Dallas don't mess with those. They don't mess with those. So Dallas always trying to do 4 to 5 year contracts. It gives them the flexibility. It gives them a lot of flexibility. So I'm just being all the way honest with you. A lot of people not gonna tell y'all the truth like this, but I'm gonna tell you the truth.
You can't handle the truth. You want answers?
So I was also wrong before when I was one of the people lobbying for this, and I had to honestly become better educated, right? So that we can really push ideas that actually make more sense or that's actually more realistic. Because to think that any team is going to try to figure out a way to absorb 72 million, how is that even possible? And that's why when I looked at the history of players, and I was looking for just one. I was like, was there one? And I didn't find even one in the history of the NFL. I didn't find one. And then I had to think about it. Why? Why does that happen? What's the why behind that? The why behind that is when you sign a player, you want to pretty much guarantee that player, especially for the first 2 years, because you sign that player for a bigger contract because you believe in that player, and that's also what you believe is you go get your best return on the first part of that contract. So another reason is agents like to give players security. So agents will negotiate this type of stuff. So that's why a lot of people, when they was trying to say Micah should have took that deal, it's this type of stuff that napkin agreement didn't talk about. You remember the napkin agreement? The napkin agreement that Jerry's supposed to have had a deal with Micah. See, you can have the preliminary stuff. You can have the average per year, the amount, the guarantee. You can have all of that. But how much is going to be paid up front so that my player can have security? Think about that. So why, and I'm just kind of explaining this. What's up, Hen? My boy Hen in the house. So explaining this, I want y'all to really understand this and hear me out. I believe Maxx Crosby is nothing but chum in the waters. That's all it is. To me, it says Jerry and them are fishing, but they not fishing for Crosby. They using Crosby for interest. Let me pull this up real quick. I'm gonna show you that's how Jerry moved. Y'all give me 1 second. I didn't have this in the presentation, but I'm gonna find it for you so you can see that I'm telling you the truth, because I don't never want to be like ignorant to how this stuff works. And I never want to be the type of person that's pushing for ideas that's not realistic, because I want to be taken serious when I put stuff out there. I don't never want anybody of influence to come across my channel and say, oh, that's a dumbass. That dude is a dumbass. You know, we go all make mistakes, but I don't want to do it on purpose. Let me find this for y'all. Y'all give me 1 second. Okay, I think I found it. Let me test it real quick. No, that's not it. I found it, man. Listen, man. Your boy Boss got you. I got you. Listen, this go show you. Watch how Jerry explained his process of getting the phone to ring. And then I'm gonna move on to the bad news on Diggs. I'm gonna take some calls. My boy Randy said, don't know how true, but Mike Fisher said in the contract would have had no dead hit. The contract was made like, I don't know. Ain't no way. I mean, I'm seeing it on the spot track that it's a dead hit. I don't know. But from what I'm seeing is the dead cap is 70. That's what this says, 72 million. So, and you know, I like to go by what you can show me, not what you tell me. You know what I'm saying? Like, see, that's why when you come to this channel, I show you. I don't tell you. That's why my name is Boss Show Me. So I don't know. Yeah. With a player on a brand new contract, it's gonna be some kind of dead cap hit. Yeah, it's 72 million. But y'all listen to this, and this go let you know that Jerry is the type of guy that put out chum. Okay. So I want y'all to really understand that and see, and likely that's what he's doing. Then it's gonna allow us to shop for what's smart.
What about adding something through a trade?
So they just asked him, what about adding something through a trade?
Right about draft time, picks get very premium right now. And the trades relative to draft picks for a player, this is a possibly, you might call it a good time, because the round picks, to be able to use it this year, can come at a premium. Now, you've got to have your bait out everywhere.
Shit. Damn. You gotta have your bait out. See, this is why you gotta listen. This is why y'all should rock with your boy Boss Show Me. Because not only do I tell you, I show you that this is about chum. What did he just say? Hold on real quick. My boy say, check my DM.
Now, you've got to have your bait out everywhere, and we do.
That boy good. Hold on, let me check my DM real quick. I'll be right back. Let's see what my boy sent me. See, he ain't be working. Hold on, he ain't pop up yet. Hey, Hen, the photo, okay. Okay. All right. So basically, Hen, what you're trying to tell me is that this is possible. So the new team would have to basically, what you're saying from this, would have to basically pay out 20 million guaranteed in 2025. And then in 26, he would have to pay out 30 million guaranteed. And then in 2027, 29 million guaranteed. And so the dead cap, they saying is 18 million. So they saying basically they go try to split that dead cap. Yeah, I think he playing with a scenario, basically trying to say how this could potentially work. But that's still a lot. That's a lot. I'm talking about that's a big chunk coming out your cap. And then what I don't really, it's a 3-year contract, but they talking about guarantees all the way up to 2029. Some off about this. So, or not off, is something that I don't understand. I'm gonna say that. Because why are we talking about 5 years worth of projections on a 3-year contract? So, and I'm almost certain that this can be negotiated. But my thing, and this is my thing, Henny, and this is the homework that I will want for anybody to do if they can help me out. Find, and I think it's what you said, DP, this is what I think it is too. I think it's what DP said. I'm trying to get it to. That's what I think it is. What my boy DP said, and that's why I got him in the presentation. I think it's chum. Yeah, and they say the guarantee stop after next year. That's what Henny say, but the guarantee is extremely high, and I think it's the way they structured it to kind of make him stay put. And that's why, in my opinion, I just want somebody to find me one player. They can be a receiver, they can be a defensive tackle, they can be a defensive edge, they can be a tackle, a quarterback. Find me one player within a first year that was traded. Within the first year. If I haven't, maybe it's out there, but I ain't found one. And the reason why I think it's not out there, I think most of these agents make it hard for you. They basically secure you for a year with the penalty of that dead cap. And see, remember, it was that dead cap what guaranteed Dak to get his 3rd contract, right? It was the penalty of that dead cap. And everybody was like, make his ass play out the season. You remember people saying that? And all of us were saying, they not gonna do that. They not gonna take on that dead cap. You remember? And then right before the season started, Dak signed. And then my boy Dwayne Moore said, boss, wouldn't Crosby take I think that's a hometown increase since there's only state tax in Texas. In the NFL, you're taxed according to where you play. So all the people that played in Texas, they paid for that game the taxes of Texas. You pay taxes according to where you play. It's not based on where you reside. It's where you play. So your schedule actually determines the amount of taxes you pay. So I just don't see it possible. I'm just being all the way honest. And of course, I wanted it to be. I did. I wanted it to be possible. Of course I do. I've been pushing for it. But after more research, now if y'all can find me, cause me and Tuck was doing this earlier. We was talking about this earlier. We was on the phone doing research, and I said, Tuck, this is what we have to find to see if this is possible. We have to find one person in the history of the NFL that was traded within the first year of their contract. And if we can find that person, we need to go look at their contract and see how their contract was structured and see how the new team with the former team made that happen. We didn't find one. So To me, I think it's chum. And that's why he talked about chum. So just again.
Now, you've got to have your bait out everywhere, and we do. But those come to you. And they don't necessarily come to you because...
Man, y'all, but see, you better follow Boss Show me, man. I don't be playing, bro. I think he trying to draw people to him, in my opinion. I mean, this is big $1 million deals. And so let me ask y'all a question. What does chum look like? Oh man. Let me ask again. If he say I got bait out there, when have you ever seen his bait? What does his bait look like? What does bait look like to draw him to you? What does it look like? I think bait look like this. Yeah, I mean, Glenn say, boss, did you hear what Mike Fisher said? He said the cap hit won't be what it shows because the way his contract is structured. Somebody got to explain that to me. I mean, I need to hear that in detail. I need to see it in detail. And I just need somebody to show me one time that this has happened. That's all I want. And I know some people doing the research right now. I guarantee you Henny is banging his keyboard right. I guarantee he trying to find that one. I'm trying to find that one. If y'all find one, let me know. I don't think it's possible. I think it's chum. I think it's exactly what Jerry said, chum.
Got to have your bait out everywhere, and we do. But those come to you. And they don't necessarily come to you because you've got a perfect fit back over here at a position, or you've got somebody in mind. Usually don't count on that somebody in that perfect fit knocking on your door saying we want to give him away. That doesn't come. If you've got to go get it, get ready, you're going to pay a premium for it. They just think tariffs might add to things. Wait till you try to go over and get a player when it's you calling rather than them calling you.
So my boy Glenn said Raiders made it where they can get out the contract. Tell Mike Fisher to show you. Not tell you. Tell Mike Fisher to show you. See, I'm going to tell y'all, too many of us go for that. We be listening. Because I remember Mike Fisher when it came to Randy Gregory. He was saying, it was in his contract. It was in his contract. And it was like, the language, it was the same language. And it's like, nah, it actually was not when you really looked at the details. No. The language was different. What the language literally said when you read the contract is that Randy Gregory could lose partial of his contract for a fine. And that was nowhere else. And that's where Dak had that taken out his contract. But Mike Fisher flashed a piece of paper. It was in the contract. It was in the... No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. You had to read the details of that contract. And you know, Boss Show Me got into the details of that thing. So I don't trust people. I really don't. No offense to Mike. I'm not saying he's a liar, but you got to show me. If you don't show me, and if y'all can't show me where this has happened even once, I'm not going to get my hopes up. I'm not even a little bit. Especially because I'm looking around and it's a lot of people that's rejecting it. Like, No, when I checked and I called, hold on. He said, "You crazy, boss." He said, "New insider information. Just go look." He said that before, Glenn. He said that before. I'm just being honest with you. I ain't hating on Mike Fisher at all. No, you gotta show me insider information. What kind of insider information he got on a public contract that we can all see? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is public information. That's not insider stuff. This is public. Spot track is public. But I got something that spot track is wrong. Nah, bro. Feel, man.
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy? Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
No, sir. I ain't going for it. You got to show me. I'm sorry. Like, he might have it, though. But, shit, you got to show me the insider contract. I got to see that shit. I'm just being straight up with you, bro. I think I smell.
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy? Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
So I always tell people, show me. And see, listen, that's why I love Henny, because Henny, if he find a contradiction in what I'm saying, he go find. I guarantee Henny looking for it right now. If I called Henny right now, he'll be damn right. Because Henny want this deal. I want this deal. And I just want anybody to show me in history where this has happened. Hold on, my boy CJ say, boss, AI chat say Jerome Baker. All right, hold on real quick. Let me look it up. I'm gonna look it up. Jerome Baker, football linebacker. I'm gonna go spot track. Oh, Lord. This already looking bad, bro. This is looking real bad. Let me tell you why this is looking bad. This is a very low-level player, bro. This is a very low-level player. So this ain't no real money we talking with this dude. That's little money. Hold on real quick. So Jerome Baker, I'm looking at his contract. He $1.2 million, bro. No, we talking about like significant, bro. No. CJ started laughing. Look, bro. Look, CJ. No, CJ. CJ, I wanted to, bro. Trust me. I used AI. I used Google. I used everything trying to find it, bro. Hold on. Let me see. Let me keep looking though. Let me look at the. Oh, hell no, bro. Bro, what we talking? No. Wait. Let me look at the contract history. I might be shooting down too fast. Hold on. Let me look. Let me look. Let me look. Hold on real quick. Let me look at the transactions. Yeah. Okay, it actually did happen. This is one. Okay, so let me look. So basically, this guy. Hold on real quick. No, it didn't happen. I'm tripping. It didn't happen. It was the same team. No, it didn't happen. Nah, it didn't. So still. And my boy Brandon say with a super chat, he say fish releases E4. And see my boy Henny say it isn't one. And I know Henny was looking. I guarantee my boy Henny was looking. I know. There's nobody in our space better in research than Henny. Nobody. And see, I know Henny was looking. Henny just said there isn't one, boss. Yeah, I look too, bro. I didn't see it nowhere. I use AI, I use Google, I use everything to try to find one. I couldn't find one. The closest that I saw was Odell Beckham. And Brandon Vegas say Fish releases info on behalf of Steven. Maxx can be had for Diggs and Steele and a future. You think he can be had? I just need somebody to explain how to do it with that dead cap, and I will be pushing for it. But until then, I'm no longer pushing for it. I'm thinking that that's chum, and I'm pushing for stuff that's more realistic, like Trey. To me, that's more realistic, and that's what I'm going for. And I never want to be the person that's just coming in here trying to stir y'all emotions. Oh, the Dallas Cowboys, oh, they're getting ready to get Crosby. Oh man, they're serious, and oh man, this is what I want to hear. It's like, nah, y'all don't come here for me to lie to you, bro. Y'all don't do that. My boy said, boss got that highlighted line. Hey man, my barber be doing that. I let him do it too, man. But pull out that white thing, I be like, go for it. Cause on TV you can't even really see. But DP know what's up. And then he say, Vosh said don't put too much into it. Yeah. And you know, I'm pretty sure Vosh talked to some people. I know Vosh talked to some people. For real. And I bet Vosh at this point is starting to develop a way to know what's real and what's not on his own. Like, I'm pretty sure Vosh is starting to get patterns of when stuff is really moving and when stuff is not moving. See, when stuff is moving, let me show y'all the difference. When stuff is moving, you actually start getting clues to it. So listen to this. When Pickens was moving.
But since the draft, I say building team interest because they don't have a receiver coming out of the draft. And so there's
This was before Pickens.
Plenty of options on the table. You know, whether it's a George Pickens or a Rashad Bateman, we talked about those.
Oh. See, Dallas don't mind leaking out when it's them for real. They will leak it. They will. Some people be like, you know, he's just trying to move with stealth. No. Jerry will tell you early. That's why he said last week we would have something. Yeah. He already starting to leak out. They're working, but I'm being honest, I don't think it's Crosby. Look, this was before Pickens was traded. Cause me and Henny did a film session on Bateman and Pickens because of this. You remember that, Henny? Me and Henny did a film session on that because they leaked it right now through Nick Harris.
But since the draft, I say building team interest because they don't have a receiver coming out of the draft. And so there's plenty of options on the table. You know, whether it's a George Pickens or a Rashad Bateman, we talked about those as far as trade targets. There's trade targets around the league, and I think that's what Dallas is really trying to sort through at the moment to try to find that established number two. But if they can't, I think Amari Cooper is their safe fallback option. I say fallback because they still feel confident that Amari Cooper can be a number two, that he can be a productive.
Boy, that Nick was in his bag, boy. Nick Harris was for sure talking to some top level people for this.
Wide receiver in the league. And if you're looking at Amari Cooper's market, it's not that strong. So I feel like they could get it at a pretty good price and they can move forward with it.
So before they even got Pickens, they was leaking that we're talking to Pickens, and it was coming from Cowboy insiders. It wasn't coming from some guy from across the ocean. Some Trey Wingo came out of nowhere. Trey Wingo came out of, hey, breaking, according to sources. Hey, man, who are you?
Oh, you see this guy? Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
Where you come from? You used to work for ESPN? Okay. Listen, I ain't gonna shoot him down because everybody still got sources. It's just one of them things to where it's like, when I see the patterns on how they move, and then I could also show you, listen, I could go back and show y'all. I ain't gonna take y'all through that. Let me go ahead and because I'm gonna get to these phones real quick. Hold on real quick. What's Star? I can't read your comment. This hard in a way because I'm gonna read what Star say, because Star she'll break me down. You know, Star is a real life attorney. Star is one of the only few people that will break me down. I'd be like, damn, Star, fuck, I was wrong. You know, I appreciate it though. Star keep me sharp. She say, Micah Parsons, all the insiders had it wrong though, boss. Yeah. No, I'm saying when they trying to trade, they'll leak it when they're trading for, and they might not have had it wrong. Jerry probably changed his mind on that. I think Jerry and them got to a point to where they was like, you know what? Let's see what we can get. I think that's what happened. I think Jerry and them wanted Micah. They just wanted Micah at that price that was on that napkin. If Micah would have went for that price that was on that napkin, Micah would have been on the squad right now. And then I think Jerry got in his feelings, Star. I think it got personal. I swear that's what I think happened. So anyway, listen, y'all. I gotta show y'all some bad news. But let me sum this up and say I do believe it's chum, and I think we need to. Me and Henny, I know we go get to work on this. We already said we go get to work on this. We got to start really looking at these other edges, the Jermaine Johnsons, the Phillips, the Trey Hendricksons, because I think Crosby is just trying to get them to get their phone in the ring, to be all the way honest. So let me get to the bad news, man. I have a listen, y'all. I'm just being honest with you. And before I get to this, I do want to tell y'all I appreciate y'all supporting these videos. I've been dropping much shorter videos, and them things is packed with a bunch of perfectly measured Kool-Aid, but it don't take a long time for me to get into it, because I know a lot of y'all be kind of short on time, so I'm mixing up my content. So I'm gonna give a lot of y'all some short versions, and then you go have the regular shows at the end of the day, right? And so I just dropped to the real, what's likely really going on with Revel. I want y'all to peep that. And the upside of the linebacker room, I really broke that down. And I got some dope stuff coming tomorrow, man. I got that George Pickens has the leverage. Whoo, y'all look out for that one. And I done peeped some stuff. See, when I be in them interviews, y'all know I'm like a detective, man. I'm like a detective, so I'm gonna kind of break down all the dynamics that's going on in terms of leverage, play, playing time. For the people that love blue, I'm gonna just give you a clue. Y'all are in good hands. So y'all look out for that. I'm gonna be dropping these videos tomorrow, and likely one gonna be at 8, another one gonna likely be at 11. Yeah, so like my boy Paul say, this is the channel. If you want answers, this is the channel. If you want to be lied to, you got to go somewhere else. So I got to get to the bad news, man. It's some bad news, man. I want y'all to hear me out. Listen.
Jerry Jones joining us here on 105 through the Fan. Jerry, we talked about Deron Bland there. You were without your other starting cornerback last week, Trevon Diggs, after he had popped up on the injury report Friday with a concussion. It's obviously been kind of a muddied situation for everybody kind of viewing it, but were you satisfied ultimately with Trevon Diggs' explanation to you of what happened and led to the concussion?
Yes, and I am. And there's no reason to dwell on any more here. And so that's what it is. And consequently, what we did see is we played pretty well out there. And so I don't know the status of Diggs as we move forward, but I feel better about being able to play if we don't have him out there.
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy? Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo wee woo.
You see that guy? He doing wee woo. And it's sad to hear so many people like falling for that. It's people, man, they look good out there without Diggs. Can we add the other context to it? Can y'all tell me the other context that we need to also say? Because it's like they trying to sell us. It's like they trying to sell us that we're going to be better without Diggs. What's the context of we look better versus Washington without Diggs? Can somebody let us know the context? What's the context? Let me give you a clue. Did Debo play? Did McLaurin play? And I feel you, Star say he just stirring the pot. Yeah, it could be that. That's a very good theory. It's no telling with Jerry, but what he said was for show.
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy? Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo wee woo.
So you mean to tell me that you saying I feel good about how we perform and you not factoring in a level of competition? That's like you trying to play the fans. And it's like, I'm not going to be the content creator that goes and spread that message. I'm not going to be the one, hey, man, they did look good without Diggs, man. Their communication was better without Diggs. It's like, bro. Communication never comes from the corners. Listen, y'all, in case y'all don't know, I played corner. My whole life. Communication doesn't come from the corners. Let me ask y'all a question. Why do you think people that's the green dot are always in the middle? It's a reason why green dots are in the middle. The cornerback might be the smartest person on the team, but he would never be the green dot. It don't matter how smart you are. You know why? Because you have to pick a side when you're a corner, and when you pick a side, you can't see the whole chessboard. That's why the people that got to get people aligned are always in the middle. That's why usually your middle linebacker is your green dot. He's the people that's going to move and tap the defensive lineman on the butt to tell him to get over when they out leverage, when it's been motion and different things that could affect leverage. It's your linebackers that shifting and communicating, or it's the safety. It's the people in the middle. So people that's thinking we communicating better without Diggs, Diggs had nothing to do with communication. Literally. Listen, let me tell you what every one of my coaches said. My coach here used to say, cornerbacks, your job is to be brain dead. He used to call us brain dead. Meaning y'all don't have to think. You don't have to worry about motions and stuff like that. Your safety is going to tell you what to do. Now, I was a smart corner, so what would happen is I wouldn't know what was going on based on formations. I wouldn't know. So safeties usually didn't have to tell me. I would be adjusting myself based on what was happening. Like they wouldn't have to say silver, which means go press them up. Go press them up. I would do it on my own because I would look at it and be like, okay, he going in motion. It's a single receiver in a boundary. When we have that, we go press him up because we want to take away the short throw. So it'd be like, you didn't have to give me the call. But they gave me the call. The safeties would still be like, silver, pressing. Yeah. And that was our call. But then if they motion back, now just think about it. If I'm pressed up on this dude and I'm in his face, like I'm finna, I'm getting ready to rock him, right? And then they go in motion towards me. Will I see it? Think about it. If I'm pressed up on a dude and I'm the corner and I'm in my press and my eyes supposed to be on his hips and I'm pressed and I'm ready to get down with him, man on man, how am I gonna know if it's motion coming my way? The safety is gonna tell me. So if I'm telling you how it really worked, bro. I'm telling you the real footballer what's going on. This is true. I'm not making it up. This is true. So if I'm pressed up on him and then they motion back my way and he finna take me out that silver call, he'll give me the check back to zone. So let's say if that call was blue, which means, let's say soft cover 2. He'll say blue, blue, blue. And I gotta hear it. and I'll be pressed. I'll hear the blue call and I'll break off that press. So we still blaming Diggs for shit that ain't on Diggs. So that's to me a bad sign, man. And then it get worse. Listen,
Jerry, you mentioned though, and not to dwell on that specific issue then, but there was some frustration with Trevon Diggs' rehab a couple years ago. There was some discussion this offseason about how much he was in the building. Have you gotten to a point at this point where you feel like you've lost any trust in Trevon Diggs?
Oh, we're using that word trust a lot.
Yes, sir.
And maybe it's an appropriate word.
Ooh. Did y'all hear that? See, most people heard the interview and didn't even catch that part. He said, you using that word trust a lot, and maybe trust is the appropriate word.
But at the end of the day, it's a pretty physical situation. You've got to physically be able to perform. And that's important. Diggs has not been there.
Yeah, I'm gonna say straightforward question. That's it. Almost felt like a planted question. It was almost like, ask me that question. Trust, because it was too perfect of a layup. It was like he wanted to communicate that. It's like, see, Paul, like it got a smell to it. Like it was too perfect of a question. But sometimes you just ask the perfect question. But it sure laid up Jerry to communicate his lack of trust and to communicate
physically be able to perform. And that's important. Diggs has not been there.
Daniel said, what question? Let's go back. I'm gonna go back. You say, what question? I'm gonna let you hear the question.
Jerry, you mentioned though, and not to dwell on that specific issue then, but there was some frustration with Trevon Diggs' rehab a couple years ago. There was some discussion this offseason about how much he was in the building. Have you gotten to a point at this point where you feel like you've lost any trust in Trevon Diggs?
That's the question. My boy Paul said it does have a smell. Yeah.
Oh, we're using that word trust a lot.
Yes, sir.
And maybe it's an appropriate word. But at the end of the day, it's a pretty physical situation. You've got to physically be able to perform. And that's important. Diggs has not been there to really get the job done. Apart from anything about the scheme or mental, you've got to... be physically or you have a limitation. And so the combination of things, I'm sure he'd be the first to tell you, has impacted him this year.
The combination of things. I'm finna take some calls, man. I'm gonna get to the point on this real fast because this is easy to explain. This reminds me of, this fully reminds me of, it's like perfectly, it's like if you watch and listen to these Cowboys, they run the same plays over and over. Jerry Jones took direct aim at former Cowboys wide receiver Amari Cooper. Without ever saying his name, Jones said that when you make that much money, the bar is high. Not just about performance, but also availability. Availability had everything to do with it, Jones said. Everything to do with letting them go was supposedly about availability. The problem with that is that he's not consistent with that. Because if it was about availability, why did you hold on for Tyron Smith so long? If it was about availability, why did you hold on to Sean Lee so long? If it was about availability, why did you hold on to LVE so long? You're not consistent. And if it was about availability, why did you get rid of Amari for a Gallup that was coming fresh off an ACL injury? That's what I'm saying. This has the same aroma. It has the exact same. And my boy Blackwell said that my boy Revel got that Robotech knee brace. He not lying, because he does. He got a knee brace and you over here talking about availability. The question is, who's supposed to have been ready? Who was allegedly ahead of schedule? It was Revel. I remember the offseason, people were showing pictures of him showing on the treadmill when Trevon could hardly even squat on that knee. And I was told that if Trevon would have been with your trainers, he would have probably been ahead of schedule. And the guy that's under your care is behind schedule with a RoboCop knee brace on. I want the best for Revel, but if we over here like availability, you already done got a lot of games out of him that you wasn't even supposed to get. According to a normal schedule, Trevon shouldn't have even been ready to November. He came back early and gave you. See, it just got a smell to it, man. I'm just being all the way honest with you. What it smelled like to me, I'm being all the way honest. When I heard that today, I was like, oh, nah. To me, y'all look like y'all priming the fans to get rid of him. And the fans are already ready. They could just go ahead and cut his ass. If you want to get rid of him, get rid of him. Because it's an army of fans that believe that getting rid of Trevon gonna make us better. And they already gonna be out there like, we played better without him against 4 fit string receivers. Boss, they played better. Can y'all use context, please? Can we wait till we play some real receivers like this Sunday? Because Sunday go tell you. When Sutton them show up in Mile High. See, hold on. Let me go look at the receivers. If Jerry Judy ass still up there, you shit, boy. Hold on, let me look at. These boys over here talking about, man, they play better with Bubba. We play better without Trevon. They play better with the communication was better. Like, damn. Hold on real quick. They ain't got shit over there. No, they actually do. They got two. They got two. They actually could have 4. They do. I'm looking at their weapons. Their weapons actually pretty good. It ain't, but I tell you what, it's gonna be much harder this week we got coming than what we just came up against. It's gonna be way harder than that. I'm just being all the way honest. It's gonna be way harder than that. Cortland Sutton, you know, that boy from Dallas. You don't think he gonna turn up? He from the D. Troy Franklin, I remember him. Liked him a lot out of Oregon. That boy got some routes and he fast as hell. Yeah, I remember that boy. Mims had the highest separation in the whole league, but that was more schematic. I already fell for that once. I ain't gonna fall for that twice. I already saw that was a lot of bubble screens that caused all them separations. So they pretty decent. And then Ingram at one time had the highest separation out of everybody. He older now, but he used to definitely get loose. He could be a mismatch, especially for a safety. If your safety not ready, they got enough weapons to do some damage. They do. Just keeping it real. But yeah, man. So that don't sound good, man. That sound like Jerry is trying to prime. And I have a theory. Y'all want to hear my theory? This is my theory. I think they already told Trevon they trying to trade him. I think they told him. I bet you this. This is what I bet happened. I bet they told him, and it's just me spitballing. I'm just guessing. I don't know if this for sure. But I have a feeling they said, hey, man, we don't like how you speaking out. We think you're a distraction. It don't matter that you right. We don't want it coming from you. We think that that's poison to the team. So we trying to get rid of you. So if you play, it's going to hurt our chances of, you could get hurt and you can mess up the trade. So we want you to go home. And if we can't find a trade partner, we might call you back. That's what I think they doing. That's just my gut feeling. That's my honest to God gut feeling. I think they told him, I was like, man, go home. That's why reporters been trying to reach out to him. He ain't answered the phone. Now, he been speaking out all this other time. Now he ain't answering the phone. If you had a concussion, let's say if you fell off a ladder and bust your head, you couldn't answer the phone from Jane Slater and say, hey, yeah, Jane, I fell off a ladder. I hit my head on the sink. Yeah. I slipped on a tub. We was partying and I fell off the balcony and hit my head. You couldn't tell nobody that? So, and then everybody and then Jerry Tone was like, I'm done with it. Nah. So, that's just my gut feeling. And I think it's about trying to see what Revel can do. It ain't no doubt in my mind that they drafted Revel with the hope of replacing Trevon. That was the whole, in my opinion, hope of Revel. And Revel is behind schedule. Remember, Jerry was saying Revel was going to be ready for week 1 at first. Y'all remember that? And then they were showing pictures of him and everybody that was looking at them pictures like, he going to be ready. How? And he was gimping around. Y'all remember that? Jerry was still saying, he going to be ready. He going to be ready. Y'all remember that? Then they finally came out and said, well, he had a setback. So I always said it was fishy to me. It was super fishy that Revel was on the courts last week, and that's the week that he had this concussion. And now tomorrow supposed to be the day Revel practices. It's going to be his first time practicing, and he going to be going against CeeDee Lamb and Pickens. I think they evaluating to see could he be good enough to replace Diggs. I think that's exactly what they're trying to do. And it's giving me that vibe of Gallup and Amari, where we walked out there with a gimpy ass Gallup over a healthy Amari. You can say whatever you want to say about Amari didn't play good in the away games. He didn't play good in the away games. He didn't look like that. And Amari with CeeDee Lamb. As CeeDee Lamb was starting to ascend, you telling me that wouldn't have helped your team? Man, you better watch these Dallas Cowboys. Everybody, hey, Jerry moving different, man. Jerry moved, man. If y'all,
Pollen paper got them talking nice to me. Down the bottle, it be going right through me. Brown baby down to take a flight to me. They think that I'm stunting, but it's slight to me. Pollen paper got them talking nice to me. Guess that's why the labels want the rights to me. CD on my back and it feel light to me. They think that I'm stunting, but it's slight to me.
Let's go, man. Call in. I know my boy CJ calling. He been trying to call for 2 days. I know CJ finna pop up. Now y'all ain't gonna let me have this phone on and y'all ain't gonna call in, man. Y'all gonna get on my nerves when y'all do me like this, man. Why y'all don't call out on me, boss, man? Am I hostile? Am I mean? I knew my boy D Shift was gonna come through. My boy D Shift just came in. All right. One-handed bandit just came in. D Shift, you live?
What's happening, bro?
Man, I'm chilling, bro.
Hey, good to hear from you, man. Good to hear from you, man. Keeping everybody level-headed, bro.
Let's get it. Yeah, you know how we do, bro. We can't be lying to the people.
Man. Nah, it can't be, man. And it's Jerry gonna put that emotional roller coaster on us, man. But man, I think I'm getting pretty vetted in this thing, man. To understand, like, when
the conference has been locked.
You know what I'm saying?
Say that again. I was locking the phones when you said that.
Yeah,
Say that.
Nah, just saying, like, we getting a little vetted to understand
we see
when
it.
the BS is about to hit.
Yep, we
When
see
the
it.
BS is about to hit.
Yep.
So,
Yeah,
man,
like,
nah, I mean, the Crosby, the Crosby talks, all that's cool. But I just need to see a whole bunch of names thrown out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Raiders ain't the only team that's just losing, like, talking about it. And there's a lot of different formulas. And I know the edge rush, like I was talking to Law the other day, man, like, I think the pushback, when people come at it, like, well, you ain't got enough moves to make this defense, like, just great. But, like, that don't mean you just don't try to make a move. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, just depending on the assets you have at any given time, you can do stuff you can't. Dog, we got picks.
Right.
We got cap space.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta. And again, like, we're not banging at the table just because of trade deadline coming up. Like, I can understand this offense was like, you know what I'm saying? You have one number one receiver, and you had kind of that makeshift offensive line that we used to have. But dog, we ain't had nothing like this, man. Coming off of Rome's show, bro. He was laughing. He was talking about the energy of Pickens, and like, man, we ain't like this. That Micah Parsons, like Ezekiel Elliott rookie year type of energy that Pickens coming
man,
because he don't know no better, bro.
D.
And like it's like when Cooper came through, bro. Cooper ain't know no better,
and he just rocked.
At the end of the day, Cooper, he still was like he still was down like to try to make things work, you know what I'm saying? And like I'm just seeing another trend, another pattern. I don't know how Jerry get off to this type of stuff, bro, but he got to get off on the fact that like he just brings in these good players. I don't know if like it's a thing they start stealing the spotlight and he wants the spotlight on him. Like it could truly be that, bro. Like anybody who's come through and just got a whole bunch of spotlight, now all of a sudden they got some locker room rifts and all this mess, you know what I'm saying, going on. And like if you start shining too bright, like, you know what I'm saying, they put you out, bro.
Yeah, I think I think they want you to know your place. Like, because when players speak out, even when they telling the truth, for some reason they try to treat that like they're distractions when Jerry is the distraction. It's like, Jerry, you can't get on people's ass for being distractions when you the person that stood up and threw Diggs under the bus and Terrence Steele. It was literally no reason for that, you know? And
yeah,
and it's like it's so hypocritical. And then you talking about availability, even though you be giving people that got injury histories and long ass injury histories passes. You come on back, LVE, come on back. We go, yeah, Tyron Smith, come on. It's like you not consistent, like, you know. So and you right about that offense, like, man. That offense, it tripped me out when that offense scored. It was 45 seconds left, and you know the first thing I thought about? I thought about Pittsburgh in 2016. Remember they had 47 seconds and they scored, you know? Yeah. But Dak had to work for that. He had to get like 4 throws in. Man, Dak was down there 2 throws.
Already doing it as a rookie, bro. Already doing it as a rookie.
But they did it in 35 seconds Sunday.
That's what I'm saying.
35 seconds. They scored in 35 seconds with a sack.
No. He playing on Madden on rookie right now.
Man.
That was his offense doing.
Yeah, you got to get this some defense. And I stand with Law. And I don't get those people that's like, don't do nothing because it ain't go. It's like, nah, if you really think about it, you still one player away. Because if you had an Edge or Simmons, if you had a Crosby or Simmons, and they made you get one stop in all those games you lost, you won. You win. If just the impact of a Trey or Crosby help you get one stop that you wouldn't have got, you win all those games. You add 3 W's to your record with one player. I don't understand the passive people, D. Schiff.
Yeah, man, but they keep on falling for this committee stuff too that Jerry said to them that we can win with a committee.
Yeah.
This pass rusher by committee right now, bro.
It ain't working.
It's wide receiver, running back, offensive line by committee. We done established that this committee stuff don't work.
Yeah.
And we start poking our chest about all these random names when it's like, dog, we ain't had 5 Pro Bowl players on the defense in I don't know how long. 4.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We stay with 5, 6 offensive Pro Bowl players.
Right.
Like come on, bro. But man, that's all I got, bro. I ain't gonna be a hog, bro. But,
no, you good, man.
You, bro.
Man, appreciate the call, D. Schiff. You see how he looking out for the other callers, but I ain't gonna be a hog. I wasn't even rushing him. I was just sitting back, man, talking ball with him, man. Cause everybody that's left, man, they talk good ball. Tariq.
Yo, what's up?
Man, I've been wanting to talk to you, man. Mr. Floyd Noy, man, what about Floyd Noy? Mr. King of Floyd Noy. Hey, my boy was right. Hey, if anybody can talk they shit, it's you, bro. For real. You was pounding the tape. What about Floyd Noy?
Hey man, I just look at it like this, man. Thank you, and thank Law. Y'all two that said the same. Y'all said the same thing that I was pounding the table for Flournoy. And
Yep, I remember your whole speech. You was man. He was training with Chris Carter, man. Shit, you believed.
Yeah, man, and I still believe, and I believe too.
And you was right.
Jalen told her ass need to get up off the field because I'm tired of Dak forcing him to damn ball.
Man.
That's another thing I'm not feeling.
Man,
but
facts.
I like what we doing. I like what we doing on offense. Some of the stuff Shotty be doing be kind of suspect though. You know what I mean? That thing on the goal line, that was kind of suspect. But we live and we learn. It was a good game overall, but my whole thing is with the whole Jerry going out to get this dude. I don't know how much I believe it, but it would be nice if he could put a good pass rusher on this defense. Because that's one thing that I can see that we're missing for the most part.
That's what we miss.
It's some pressure.
Yep. Ooh, that's right.
Pressure.
That's right.
And somebody to set the edge even a little bit better than what we're doing on running down.
Yes. That's what we missing, bro. We got to get somebody to get the quarterback off that spot, bro.
Yeah, because honestly, like you seen it. Like once the quarterback gets off the spot, now these cornerbacks, they can do their job.
That's
now
right.
The safeties can do their job.
That's right.
And I honestly believe that I think putting Bell in was a bright idea.
It's super.
You know what I mean? Even though Thomas was decent, but Bell brings it.
Yeah, he's a dog out there, bro. He's a dog. And Shotty raved about his communication. People forgot he was the mic. So he communicating out there like a linebacker.
Yeah, I agree with that, man, because I'm still kind of skeptical with Wilson out there.
Me too.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind putting probably Bell on the other side and putting what's my boy Thomas on the other side where he was at, because he was playing decent a little bit. He had a couple miscues, but he still played decent for the most part over there. And have them two young dudes back there instead of Hooker and this dude Wilson, man. Bring Wilson in on blitz packages, man. I'm not saying sit him on the bench completely, but bring him in for certain packages.
Right.
Going after the quarterback, going forward, because that's what he's good at.
Right.
Not in coverage, man, because he's a liability out there.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So my thing is, I think if they do bring a pass rusher in here, even if it's not Crosby, get somebody that could put some pressure that's younger.
Right.
That could put some pressure on these quarterbacks that can make them move off their spot, like you said, and come and gel with the rest of the people we got on that line. Because I think we just one pass rusher away, and I think we won RB2. You know what I mean? Because we can't keep letting Williams is not gonna get beat up by getting all them damn hits.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He doing a good job.
Yeah, he doing good.
Need somebody behind him.
Yep. Take that pressure off
to
on
go
him.
all the way.
That's right. Have us ready for December, man. Have us ready for the people not thinking about that. They just And
my thing is like this, man.
Damn.
I'm thinking about the later months in football.
Right.
And we got a rough schedule coming up.
Yes.
We're going to get some contenders. And and there's some primetime games that we need to be ready for, because you see that even with not to get all the way up to the subject, but look at KC. They got their wide receiver back.
Right.
They look a little bit different.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now they're going back to doing the stuff they normally do to win.
Right.
So it's like,
yep.
We have a winning formula. We need to add on. This is the year that I feel like Jerry needed to step to the side. Tell Steven, step to the side. Let's say F a couple of these picks that we got, and try to see if we can make this defense better and this offense a little bit better. Because if they don't believe in Blue, go get another RB2 behind Williams to help him out. That could do a little some of the stuff he can do a little bit, but got some speed.
Yeah.
That can get away. Because Williams is surprising the hell out of me. I ain't gonna lie. He did some stuff in that last game.
You know what?
I'm like, yo.
Notice this. Notice the better your offensive line get, the better Blue run too.
Yeah.
Like
People are
behind
gonna be coming
Booker.
back.
Behind
Nobody-
Booker.
and nobody's talking about this. You kind of breaking up a little bit.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you was kind of breaking up a little bit. But this is the one thing. Nobody's talking about this. Micah had his revenge game against us. What makes us think Williams is not going to try to have a revenge game against Denver?
Right.
They didn't want him. Sean
Right.
Payton tried to play him.
Right.
You don't think he want to run hard for that
Yeah,
game?
yeah. And Sean Payton talk a little shit, put a little shit on his name. He did. He put a little.
That's what I'm saying.
He did. Yeah. He should.
That's a
Hey.
revenge game.
Yeah. Good point. I don't feel good about
hey,
Denver though, bro. I ain't gonna even lie, bro. I hate
I ain't
playing
gonna
up
lie
there.
either. Yeah, I don't like playing in Denver either. But if it's one game that I think we might can sneak out of it with a win, at least a field goal runaway win, it might be Denver because the Giants showed some fight against some dudes. Even though the Giants got some good pieces on that team,
They do.
They don't have it all the way together just
Nope.
yet. But they look like they aiming in the right direction.
They are. They building. They a year away.
They building over there.
Yeah, they a year away from being dangerous. I see it coming too. They not
That's
gonna
what I
sneak up
think,
on
too.
us. Yeah, we see their ass coming, bro. We see them. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I just think that if we play our game, I think we can win that game. You know what I mean? Because as long as Dak not throwing the ball away or no fumbles or no turnovers, period. If we getting some turnovers, I think that we can do something, man. Well, I'm gonna say this one thing, and I'm gonna get off the phone because I don't want to hog either.
Mhm.
They need a pass rusher because if you get a pass rusher, I think it's gonna make Diggs look better. That's gonna make that secondary look better. That's gonna even make the linebackers a little bit better because now the attention goes off of Diggs. Now it's on the whole team.
Yeah.
You can't expect this man to cover and play cornerback and play safety at the same damn time and expect him to do both. Dude, get a pass rusher on this team, and I'm pretty sure all this noise about Diggs is gonna die off. But at the same time, too, we know how the Joneses are. They want everybody to kiss their ass.
It's right.
You know what I mean?
And they
when
feelings.
And when people start, you know what I mean? When people like, well, I ain't kissing your ass because you paid me. Now, oh, you got to go. You're a problem.
Right,
And
right. So he take a shot at them. Micah and Diggs can't say, they can't speak up for themselves. How dare you speak up to your boss? How dare you have a joint press conference against your boss? Yeah, because your boss talks some shit at us, man. Damn.
Is it? Let me ask you this question: isn't RJ from that? He's from the Cowboy Station, right?
Yeah, Sean and RJ.
RJ?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Isn't those the same two guys that got on Jerry last year, and he kind of like put them back in their place?
Hell yeah. He
And they
told
was
their
kinda
ass a
scared
new
of losing
boy.
their jobs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. They kissing the ring right now. And that dude RJ, I cannot stand his motherfucking ass at all. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be the one to say it. I can't stand his ass. He always fucking hating on the players. He never taking enough of the players. And once Jerry don't say something to him, now he cowering back down, kissing the ring. Bruh, Diggs is not the problem here. Diggs just calling out the issues that he see on the field. This dude is a Pro Bowl player. He's coming back from major injuries. Let him do what he got to do. The Joneses shouldn't even be sweating him like that. As long as he can come back from injury and do his job, that's all they should care about. You paid the man for a reason.
Yeah.
Quit being assholes, man. If he's seeing the problem, take his word for it. He's a veteran. Because everybody will be mad, and everybody know how the Cowboys do. They get rid of certain players. They go to other teams and start looking phenomenal over there when they could have been still in Dallas looking phenomenal over there for us. Long as the Cowboys quit being damn cheap and put a team together.
Facts.
That's all I'm saying.
No lies.
Tell me where
All
I'm wrong
true.
at. All right, man. That's all I had to say, though, boss, man. Good talking to you. I'll holler at you later, man. Let's
Good
go,
call.
Cowboys.
Good call.
Peace.
Peace. OG. All right. We got 2 fire callers left. One-handed bandit. You live.
Yo, what's up, boss?
What's up with it?
Great win yesterday, man. Defense balled out. I'm glad that they played more man. It was almost 50%, close to it, 40-something%. My only worry with the defense, I would say, obviously I want Diggs back, but Jaden Daniels, when you looked at some of the stats I saw, that he struggled a lot versus man, and my my thing that I'm a little worried about going into Denver is, what if Eberflus just schemed up that man because he knew Jaden Daniels was not great against man, and I'm worried maybe he might go back to his old ways of playing a lot of zone against Denver is my worry. I really think I just don't I'm not saying they have to play 45, 40, whatever percent they did this past game, but I'm worried that we might play a little bit too much zone going forward. I can't trust if we're going to run that man week in and week out. I could be wrong, but I'm a little worried about that. I don't know if it was just a Jaden Daniels thing or if it was a Jerry and Shoddy thing that's saying we're going to play man from now, or man more from now on. But I'm a little worried about that going into the Denver game. But offensively, I think that we're unstoppable. There's no team that I could think of that has 2 number 1 corners that's going to be able to guard George Pickens and CeeDee and Ferguson all at the same time. It's just our offense is too elite at this moment. And when it comes to trades, man, a guy I want us to go get, because I would love Maxx Crosby, and if that happens, man, I will be very happy. But a guy I really wouldn't mind us getting would be a Bradley Chubb. Trading for a Bradley Chubb, I think, would be a good, solid trade piece to go get out of Miami. He has 4 sacks so far this season. He is coming off an ACL. And even if it's not Bradley Chubb, you could maybe look like a Jalen Phillips if you like him more. But if we can't get a Crosby, I think we need to get one of those guys, or maybe a Trey Hendrickson. But the reason why I picked Chubb, or Bradley Chubb, is he's on a 3-year deal.
Yeah.
So it would kind of align with the Dak contract, Shoddy, and all that. And he would already have the contract. I don't think it's not that huge of a contract to take on. But I really think that we should definitely go trade for a Chubb or a Hendrickson. We got to get past it, especially if we're going to play a little bit more. If we're still going to be playing quite a bit of zone, when you play zone, you have to have a good pass rush to get home. Otherwise, you're going to get dogged up.
Yeah,
like that's the point.
Yeah.
And I'm glad they played man, but I'm just a little worried about that going.
Well, I'll say this, man. One-handed. I'll say this. Brian Schottenheimer said in his press conference, I can play it if you want me to, that he will be in a defensive room again. He said it's not just going to be when we lose. He said it's also now when we win, even more so.
And I love that because, it helps Eberflus and Shy at the same time. A great offensive mind with a defensive guy. They'll say, hey, well, these people are running this type of offense. Is the best way to stop it, and vice versa, I really like that. I just want to see this consistency. I don't like this play 1 week.
And that's why I was telling you that. So this ain't where Eberflus has complete autonomy. I believe at first he did. At first, because Jerry hired him, right? But then once he, fell on his face, that opened up the door for Brian to come in there and kind of give him some straightening, tighten him up, right? So now you got to do what your head coach say, that it should have always been that dynamic.
It should have been a coach. Yeah, it should have.
But now it's that dynamic.
Now forward.
Yeah, so going forward, I just wanted to so you can rest easy. I bet we go see going forward about 30% man. It's not gonna be in that 95.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We don't have to get 40. Yeah, we don't have to get 45.
It's gonna be about 30.
We get 30%. We're
yeah,
good.
It's gonna be about 30.
And
that's where Dan Quinn was. Dan Quinn was around 34%. It wasn't as high as what we was with Washington.
Yeah, like this defense just has to be. It doesn't have to be a top 5 defense. If we can get a middle of a pack defense, this offense is just unstoppable. It's unstoppable. Name me a team that has 2 number 1 corners that are going to be able to guard CeeDee and George Pickens at the same time. I can't think of one. I really can't. I think this offense is going to be unstoppable. I think Dak is going to win this MVP this year. There's as long as he's playing on this level he's playing at, he's going to keep playing like this, which I know he will. I think there's no doubt he won't win this MVP.
They go rob
Dak.
Dak.
Go make trades.
They go rob Dak.
Nah, they
go rob him.
Bro, I want to see Baker. I know he had a Baker. I know they're trying to say put Baker at 1, but I understood he had a good game when Mike Evans went out a couple weeks ago, and then Buka had that big game. Well, Mike Evans is out pretty much the entire season. I want to see how.
Yeah, but
Baker's
the
gonna
reason
go
why I say
to
they go, Dak should have won MVP a couple of times.
23. Yeah, 2023 definitely. But like,
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
know, if he keeps
and
playing
they
like
they
this,
always rob the players that's deserving. Like Diggs should have won Defensive Player of the Year. They robbed them. Bland should have. They never give it to Cowboy players because they make so much
Dak
money.
better,
Because it's
Dak
not about
better
how
at
you
least
play.
get comeback player of the year at least.
They not gonna give them none of that, and they not gonna do it because they make so much money smearing them, right? So even when Diggs had 11 interceptions, they were just lying on him.
Oh,
saying
how much yards he gave up?
Right. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was
because it's so
some
much
phony
money
stuff, man.
in
And-
smearing Cowboy players. Like that's why they smearing
Jerry
Diggs
making
right
that much
now.
money Dak's rookie year.
Yeah, they smeared Dak his rookie year. Like that's why he not gonna win
And
it. Like
when it comes to-
because eventually
when it-
Dak is gonna have a human game. Or a bad game, or an average game. Every quarterback is gonna shit the bed at least once a year, right?
Yeah,
Every
and at least have
quarterback,
struggles,
and
exactly.
when he does it, then that got to be able to carry the team, and he's not an MVP. They go turn on him, bro. I don't even care about
and
this
what
shit.
I was gonna say with Trevon, the Trevon thing, like I hope he come. I don't know if he's coming back next week or if he has to stay out another week. But man, get him back out on that field. Stop with these games, Jerry. Let
Yeah.
him play football. I don't want you.
Yeah.
Don't be trying to force Rebel out there to try to make a point so you can try to get rid
Yeah.
of him or trade him.
Yep.
He's your best corner, no matter if he's still injured.
Yep.
I'm not forcing Rebel out there.
Right.
I would if Trevon can stay healthy and our DBs can stay healthy, I would want to just wrap Rebel up. Or if we're gonna put him out there, very limited snaps.
Right.
Or if we absolutely need him, because there's no point in forcing him out there. If we're able to keep these corners relatively healthy for the rest of the year, and Rebel comes back next year, I think that would be the best Rebel we'll get. Instead of having to hope that, or when we put him out there, he has those struggles. I don't want his confidence to get hurt, because he probably will struggle, especially with his knee and having to know that he could plant that foot. Playing DB, you gotta be able to use your feet very well and be able to trust your footwork. And so, yeah, it's just like we have to get a trade, and we need to stop smearing Trevon. Let him go out there. If we're gonna play more man like this when Trevon comes back, Trevon he can get a couple picks.
I agree.
I think he could.
Yeah.
He's a gambler. He's gonna give up some.
Right.
He will give you some good plays of getting turnovers, and we just need this defense middle of the pack. If we can get 25-20, we could make a run as long as this offense stays how explosive it is, especially with Dak doing it with the injuries and the O-line and all that stuff. I'll just end it there, man. I don't want to take up so much time, but man, I just want our team to win. I want us to go out there, be aggressive. There's no guarantee Dak's gonna play like this next year, even if we have George Pickens. Not at all. Like your analogy you said with Matt Ryan, won an MVP, and then look 4 or 5 years later he's on Colts, has no arm.
Right.
You cannot waste Dak's career. I don't want Dak to be another Romo, bro.
Yep.
I just don't.
We playing with
I
it.
think Dak is a better Romo. Is
Yep.
better than Romo when it comes to passing. And Jerry, if you waste Dak's career, one of the last things you're gonna think of before you pass away, because you're old, is gonna be, how the hell did I just waste 2 franchise quarterbacks that fell in my lap and didn't get a bowl? Oh, because I was arrogant and didn't want to go out and be aggressive at
Right.
times when he needed to.
Right.
And Pickens, you better resign him. I don't care. There's no excuses. Don't franchise tag him. I don't want a mad GP. I don't want a GP that's gonna, obviously I like his energy, but I don't want him to be, Steelers GP. I don't want him mad if he gets put on that franchise tag. Give him his money. He's well deserving. I would give him close to T. Higgins' money, close to that, maybe a little less, maybe about the same. Because 2 number ones, if we're not going to be super aggressive, you might as well let that go out with 2 number 1 receivers slinging that ball. So, but thanks for letting me call, man. I want us to stay consistent. Let's get this dub on Sunday, and let's end this 92. Since 92 haven't beat the Broncos, let's end that streak Sunday. So I'm sick of that. I'm sick of hearing that stat. So, but thanks for letting me up, man.
Yeah, no problem. One-handed. Good call. All right, G.
Yeah.
That was one-handed, man. We got CJ last. Damn it. Hold on. My phone be pissing me off. Y'all give me 1 second.
There are 2 participants in the conference.
CJ.
Boss.
Let's get it.
What's so good? What's good with it, man?
What's going on, man? What's on your mind, man? You've been trying to call for 2 days, man. So what you got on Eberflus? You act like you act like you.
Oh,
you,
man.
You got
You
got the sauce on that boy or something.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna stay on his head, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I truly understand, like, we need a defense to get to where we trying to get to, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I, you know what I'm saying? Just even with the offense, man, the offense ain't even hit their stride yet, man. That ain't even. You just seeing potential right now. You ain't even seeing the nitty gritty. You know what I'm saying, of this offense, because they ain't even jailed just yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, the normal is the normal. You know what I'm saying? Like, you seeing Pickens come alive in the offense. You know what I'm saying? And granted that, it took CD to go down for a few weeks just so Dak and GP could really get they, you know what I'm saying, their chemistry going, get their confidence going with each other. Dak being able to trust him, and GP knowing, okay, yeah, I need to be really on my horse every time I run a route, because I know the ball might it's a good possibility it's going to come my way. You know what I'm saying? So with him understanding that run game, all that, like, I ain't even just too much tripping about the offense. But that defense, though, man, the Trojan horse, man, it's like I remember this like yesterday. When he was with Marinelli, the linebacker, when he was linebacker coach, and he had some good linebackers though. You know what I'm saying? Like Dallas had some good linebackers that they had drafted and signed too. Like, he had Hudson, he had Lee, he had some good ones. But what I'm going is this right here. He was the linebacker coach for a few years down there, right? All right. I want to say Dallas blocked him one time from getting an interview.
They did.
They did, didn't they? I knew I was right. Okay. Now, let me continue to go. He was kind of pissed off about that.
He was.
There you go. So when you were saying Trojan horse, like, I hear you, but he a wild horse, boss. He a wild horse. Because P Gang, he got real cocky with Jerry and them blocked. And then the next year, we brought in Zimmer because Marinelli left. So he was even more pissed off that Jerry didn't promote him to DC. Well, he ended up leaving the following year after Zimmer. He got the job in Indianapolis. Jerry, went in front of the media, vouched for him, oh yeah, he's the coach. But check this out right here, boss. Here we are today. And Jerry reached out to him. Say, hey, man, think you want to come on down here and do a little coach? Because Jerry thinking, like, damn, I do need a good DC. But he ain't thinking about the little conflict that him and dude had and the type of person the dude really is. He ain't letting all that factor in, like, man, that's a little cocky, arrogant, you know what I'm saying, son of a gun right there, man. He ain't thinking about that. But he make the hire. The first thing this man do is demonstrate who he always been. Is an arrogant, cocky SOB. And now it took all of this to say, hey, hold on, player. I brought you in here to take this job. Yeah, you and you sold me some BS in between. Like, yeah, you can do some blitzing, and yeah, you will run some man because you had to do a little something different when you was in Chicago because they was on your ass tough down there about that bullshit. Okay, now you coaching for something. Now everybody done been put on notice on their staff that you coaching for something because your neck's on the chopping block. I don't think it was just all sweet and dandy to the point to where Jerry said, "Oh, now come on, good little boy." See, he said something when he said something about, yeah, I don't want to see you basically duck your tail and run now.
Yeah,
I want you to stay here and fight.
Yeah, I think it was just as simple as Brian Schottenheimer stepped in on that boy once it hit the fan, because I think he did have all the power until it hit the fan. And when the season started looking like it was on the line, the Panthers was the last straw. That gave to me Brian Schottenheimer the full right to go in and say, all right, let's make these adjustments. We let you do it. We gave you your freedom. We gave you your autonomy, but we got to kind of get to common sense. The thing that I don't like is I smell like honestly, Eberflus is blaming Diggs. I've seen these types. I had a coach lie on me before. I swear to God.
Yeah, I heard you tell.
No, I ain't tell this story. This is.
You ain't told this one?
I got a new story that I ain't never told nobody. So, my safety, Stedman Foreman, he came to me. He said, "Why, Coach Helton, our head coach?" He said, "Why he coming to me about you?" I said, "What you mean?" He said, "Yeah, head coach came to me twice about you." I said, "What'd he say?" He said, he asked, "Was you a disruption in the meetings?" And I said, "Well, you already know." He said, "Yeah, I told him." I said, "No, Marcus is the most attentive." He said, "Everybody be falling asleep. When he tired, he stands up. That's how committed he is to making sure he get all that film. He'll be watching the film tired, standing up. He the only person that does that in the film room, coach." He said, "Why he coming to me like that?" I say, "Somebody lying on me." I say, "Coach Bartell, he's lying on me. He's making me sound like I'm a disruption in the meetings." And one day, my head coach, he said, "All of y'all come to the front." He said, "Marcus, you sit in the middle because I'm going to want to choke you." My head coach. And I sit in the middle mugging him the whole time. Like, why you talking to me like that? You know what I'm saying? You know?
Yeah.
And then at the end of the meeting, he talked to me. And he say, "I heard that you a disruption." And I said, "Coach, I'm definitely not no disruption." I say, "I get an A on all of my assignments. My GPA is a 3.5. I got the highest grade out of the whole everybody. You know?" I said, "I'm here to play football, and I love football, coach. I'm not doing shit." Then he said, "Well, Coach Bartell ain't got no problem with you." He was telling me the person that was lying on me.
Right.
And coach was my coach was lying on my name.
Right.
See, people don't know about real politics, and they try to act like the NFL is different from D1 college. Now, when people trying to say their job, they'll pick people to make them the scapegoat. I think that's what's going on with Diggs. And it's a pattern of what we do. It's the pattern of what we do. We got rid of Dez before we got rid of Scott Linehan. We got rid of Amari before we got rid of Kellen Moore.
Hey, check this out, boss. We got rid of T.O. because of Steve.
Yep.
Jerry didn't want to get rid of T.O.
It's the pattern of what we do. And people don't think it's a reality that these weak ass coaches, when the ship is falling, look for somebody to blame. And they do that. People got to understand these are $1 million jobs. People would say, okay, if people are shady at your corporate job or your warehouse job, for a raise? You don't think people shady for $1 million jobs? You don't think people find scapegoats?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah,
and I swear to God, I ain't lie on nothing I said. I
didn't
didn't lie on nothing I said. I could call Stedman Foreman, the safety, and he would tell you the exact same story. The head coach was coming to him asking about me, and it was a lie the entire time. I was the most attentive cornerback in there. And they be looking for scapegoats. And see, I was easy to target, CJ, because I was flashy. You feel me? So I was a cornerback with swag. So I had the gold chains and shit like that. You know what I mean? I was a fly dude.
Right.
I'm fly as hell every day. You feel me? I was fly. So I came in, I'm dressed. I was a cornerback. You know what I'm saying? I'm fly. Every day I had the women. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so it's easy to say, it's him. It's that guy from Dallas, that Oak Cliff dude. He from Oak Cliff. You know, they some thugs.
Yeah. Just cause you swagged up.
Yeah, and I'm coming in there. You know, I'm from I'm from Oak Cliff, so I didn't tone it down because I was at the university. I'm talking about I'm colorful. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it real. And see, I didn't know how to play the politics. I would have toned it down now because I know how to play the politics with them types. You know what I mean? I was too much of a peacock.
Under the radar.
Yeah, I would have flew under the radar and all that bullshit. Yeah. I would have wore conservative ass clothes, and I would have at nighttime I would have stepped out. But going around all them people like them, I would have been just keep it low key, no jury, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I was fly.
Right.
And see, some coaches don't know how to deal with them types. Like you could tell them coaches that know how to deal with urban players. Like you could tell Shotty turns his hat backwards. He be out there fly. He be out there gigging to the music. See, Shotty could coach me. I wouldn't have had no problem with Shotty. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you I wouldn't vibe with Eberflus. I'd be like, bro, I got to turn it down because he's a hoe. For real.
Yeah. You know, to players. There's one thing about players, man. They like to get that. To get that hands on from their coaches. They like to, you know what I'm saying? They like to feed off because if you could feed off the coach's energy, if he's showing you like, hey, this shit working, we winning, like this what this is, look, we're gonna have fun, like, and he putting you in the best positions to perform, and you could trust him.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So maybe, yeah, a little bit of level of trust has built up with Diggs and Flus, and granted, quite so, because you know we go back to everything that was said. You know what I'm saying? Like,
ain't no trust. Ain't no way Diggs should trust him, bro. Now, if you threw me under the bus when you know the context of what I was saying had nothing to do with being negative, when my direct quote was completely respectful to you, and you still threw me under the bus. Nah, bruh, you trying to cover your ass for the bad job that you was doing and being conservative. That's the bottom line.
Hey, let me ask you this. So this supposed to allegedly happened Thursday night, right? Diggs go in Friday morning, and they say he got a concussion, right? So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, yesterday. So that's 4 days, Monday. So 3 in the wake up. We'll just call it 3 in the wake up. So he go back in, and they say he was still concussed. They sent him home. Right? Okay. So today, 4 days. Right? Like, do you think...
To answer your question, when I was around people with concussions, most concussions would last at least a week.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they chose Thursday because they don't want him to play 2 games. I think the whole thing they want to do is get Revel out there tomorrow, which is Wednesday. They gonna want to look at him versus Pickens and CD. They gonna say, do we think he can actually come out here? Because they think they got a steal. That's what they thinking. They thinking this was a first round graded corner. We got him in a
You
third.
talking about Revel?
Yeah. Revel starting practice tomorrow.
Yeah, I know.
So that's why I think they did it the way that they did. I think this whole thing is about, I think they told Diggs, that's just my gut feeling. I think they told Diggs, we looking to trade you. We trying to trade you. We think you are a distraction. We want you to stay low key. We gonna try to move you to a team that you want, right? But we don't want you to make no waves. We moving on from you. Now, what I think they really doing is I think they are trying to trade him. That's why they, put him on ice, because they don't want him to get injured where they can't trade him. They trying to trade him. That's what I bet they doing. So they put him on ice. That's why he ain't answering his phone. Because, see, James Slater and them tried to call him, right? If it was something simple that Jane, I fell, I hit my head, I'll be back, I'm just waiting to get through. Now I think they just have talking. I think this is all just an act and a front, where they know he gonna miss 2 weeks. I think they gonna look at Revel tomorrow.
So you don't think nothing wrong with him at all?
I think he fine.
So you
That's my gut though. I don't know if it's true or not, but I think he fine. That's my gut. I don't trust the Cowboys on injuries, because they be having some old Rico Dotto had the flu. Oh, but he really didn't have the flu. And see, concussion is something that you can kind of be vague with for a while, right? Yeah. Never forget when Witten came back. What happened to not Rico Dowdle Gathers? Remember how Rico was loved? You remember? And Rico was balling in preseason. It was undeniable. He was eating up preseason. You remember that? Then he got a concussion, and the concussion lasted the whole season. Y'all remember that? You ever heard of a concussion last the whole season? And it was the year Witten came back. But see, because the crowd was loving Gathers, you couldn't deny what we were seeing in preseason. He was balling. He was eating up all the preseason games. So everybody saw him under the lights, so they wanted to see that go into the season. But Witten, their boy. Witten is their boy. So let's eliminate the competition. We want Witten, to break Dez's record. Yeah, that's what I think happened. I don't trust them, man. They be having some weird injuries, bro. They be having. Phillips already said. Hold on. Phillips already said, man, ain't nothing was wrong with my wrist. You don't remember that? Phillips went to Buffalo.
Yeah, I remember that.
My wrist?
Mm-hmm.
He ain't nothing wrong with me. I ain't got. And then he said this when he left. He said it's good to be in a place where you're wanted.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, check this out, bro. Check this out right here. You smoke a little bit, your mind tends to wander a little bit, right?
Yeah.
All right, check this out right here. Damn, that's crazy. Hey, what? I'm just saying.
Nah,
I peeped something. I peeped something in Jerry. I peeped something in Jerry interview after the game, right? Right after the game, he interviewed, and they asked him about Diggs, and he got all the way down to the point to where he said, "Sometimes you're not the best viewer of what happened to you, of what hit you." That's what he said. Sometimes you're not the best viewer of what hit you. But he kind of grabbed his chin, like he was trying to give an indication of something. But I caught that he said that. That's just like I caught the thing today when he spoke about the trust, when the dude was asking him about the trust. You know what I'm saying? And I just hope we don't lose him, bro. At the end of the day, I hope we don't lose him, because I feel like this. Man, they get rid of dude, man. Look up next year, man. Dude gonna be balling his ass off, bro. Dude gonna be balling his ass off, bro. They do not need to get rid of that man. You know what I'm saying? And you know, they did make some little adjustments. I tell you this here, Bo Nix, he struggled against blitzes, especially man blitzes. His numbers look like they average against man coverage. I don't know how much man you want to try to run on him, but he good against zone though.
Man, fuck
you
them
know
numbers,
what I'm saying?
man. I don't trust no goddamn numbers. Listen, I don't trust numbers from nobody.
I just I be watching them too though. You know what I'm saying?
I know, man, but numbers done messed up the game, bro. I'm so sick of numbers, bro. I hate numbers now. And I'm a numbers dude. But numbers is used to just frame stories that just like football is not colorful charts. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I be hearing stuff like Diggs was better in zone. It's like, bruh, you wasn't seeing no fucking zone when he was locking down Chase. You wasn't seeing zone when he was locking down Jefferson. You didn't see all them pick sixes he was getting in zone. That's a damn lie. Like when he was picking off the ball the way he was picking it off and taking it to the house, that was man coverage, bruh. His biggest plays came in man coverage for sure. Like you wasn't pressed up like that, like he was doing with Jefferson in mostly zone. It's like people try to tell you with a stat sheet to not believe what you were seeing. It's insulting. It's like, man, y'all, then they'll try to tell you with a stat sheet that he gave up 1,000 yards. It's like, y'all fucking tell us to not believe what we seeing. That's insulting, dog. That's insulting to tell me that he gave up 1,000 yards when he had 11 interceptions. Like, we wouldn't know what 1,000 yards look like. Like, just think about what a receiver look like when they get 1,000 yards. They making plays. They saying that people made that many plays on him when he had 11 interceptions, and nobody can remember the plays though. Like, nobody can remember the plays though. Like, we can't. But I guess what? We all remember that one tackle he missed versus San Fran. Yeah, we remember that. We remember that. Yeah. But if he was really giving up 1,000 yards, you telling me Cowboy fans wouldn't know what that is? So now I hate stats now. I hate stats. Like, people lie all the time on numbers. And see, like, numbers done made people better liars. That's what I hate about numbers.
Nah, but check me out, boss. This is where I'm going with it, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like. You know, there is some QB, they can play, they good at zone, or they good at man. Some, you know what I mean, not DBs or quarterbacks, you know what I'm saying? You know, everybody kind of have something that they kind of slight struggle with. You know, that kind of struggle with zones when he first kind of coming to the league. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know, it is what it is. And really, a lot of these guys are just younger QBs, so they ain't seasoned like a Dak. You know what I'm saying? They ain't seasoned like a Lamar. You know, they've been in the league 7, 8, 9, 10 years. These dudes fresh coming in. So, you know, I was just saying that, you know, I feel like we should stick to doing what we did last week. You know what I'm saying? And just keep bringing that type of pressure. Like, we need some grits, bro. Like
yeah,
at the end
I ain't worried about the grits no more. I ain't worried about. Why are we worried about grits?
You think we're gonna get them from here on out?
Man, grits is on the menu from here on, bro. We go see grits because Jerry said we go see grits and Brian said he go see grits. We is not going back to that old zone shit in the 90s. That shit over with. We go stay in the 30s now, bro. We go stay in the 30s for sure. Now the only time we'll go back to grits if they go force Revel out there. If they force Revel out there, somebody with one of them RoboCop
that's
knee
a man
braces.
Corner, though. He a man corner.
No.
Revel?
Man, no, bro. The dude
He ain't?
Man, bro.
No. I said he's a man. His style. He's a man type of corner, ain't he? Cover corner.
ain't trusting nobody with no RoboCop ass knee brace. I'm sorry. What corner do you see out there with a knee brace like that that's playing corner? Where?
Nobody.
So what the man? I ain't putting that dude in no man. Like, man, I would have to zone up his ass, bro. I'm not playing no man with that big ass RoboCop ass knee brace. I'm not doing it, bro. They shouldn't even be thinking about playing it, bro.
Boss, he gonna take it off before he go out.
I don't like the fact that he got it on right now, a week before practice. Diggs ain't had that bullshit on when he was getting ready to play. Diggs, man, it's this. I swear, bro, this got that same Gallup feel where he was clearly gimping around. And Jerry, he could be ready week 1, bro. They believe they medical team too much, bro.
Yeah, we don't pay them that money. Get your motherfucking ass out there.
Man, and then you over here, man, it's about availability while the person that you betting on ain't been available yet. Y'all told us he was ahead of schedule. Y'all was showing us in the offseason that he was running on that treadmill. Everybody was saying, ooh, Diggs, look out, Diggs. Look out, Diggs. Oh, that Rebel is coming for your ass. And then it all of a sudden turned, Rebel had a setback. Rebel, man. But, man, let me go ahead and kill the show, man. Good call, CJ.
Hey, all right, boss.
All right, big dog. Yeah, man. So, anyway, another day in the life of the Cowboys. I just want y'all to be smart. Don't be crazy. Don't be crazy. You know, I do have a smell about this, though. It has a smell. It does. The smell is exactly what we've seen before. We've seen this before. We've seen this same foolishness, like straight up foolishness. We've seen it was about availability. And see, watch everybody gonna be out there where he wasn't available. He wasn't available. They and just like Gallup, while they was all on Amari balls, while they was all just everybody was taking shots at Amari, they was doing something stupid right under your nose. Right under your nose. They was being stupid. Literally signed Gallup 8. Do y'all know Gallup's still on the books? Did y'all know that? I need to double check that. But the last time I checked, Gallup was on the books for $8 million still. And you are, it has that smell. So, Cowboys, if you already said you go trade the man, you can go back and say, you know what, we gonna give you another chance. Because if this the plan, I don't feel good about it. And I know one of my boys said, John Machota said, they looking at him after the bye. I don't trust them for nothing. I just don't. I don't trust nothing they say. Because they'll tell you, because these are the same people y'all remember them same people was telling us that Bland was going to be ready last year and he didn't come back to 6 weeks later? Y'all remember that? Yeah, say the games they play, I don't know, man. Listen, all I'm going to tell Cowboy Nation is this. I want you to use your common sense, okay? I just want you to use your common sense and say this. Don't fall for this trick. Diggs not what he was. Don't fall for that. That's not the right question. The question is he better than what you have now? That's the real question. Because if that question is yes, he's better than what you're doing for all the people, let's get rid of him, you're lobbying to be worse. Now, it's a whole lot of people that like to beat their chest. I don't give a damn that we lost Micah. I said I was the first one said I wanted him gone. But if you honest, if you are honest, you should be also saying we miss Micah. We need Micah. So a lot of y'all took a lot of pride in trying to run him off on the podcast. And see, this is the worst part. All the people that, I want Crosby. He's going to make us better. Crosby is going to make us better. Crosby has a podcast. Like, we want podcast Parsons. Well, you won't now y'all want podcast Crosby. Ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a man? His podcast, he need to go better. And I'm not even sure if he has a podcast. Ain't that a bitch? But people don't even know he had to go to rehab and all kind of stuff for alcohol and drugs. See, people don't like you ain't did no research on him at all. But we hate Micah. It's like, man, what, bro? I swear to God, it is really truly nobody better at killing ourselves than Cowboy fans. It is nobody better at like destroying our own team like us. We the best at it. We are absolutely the best. Yeah. And then my boy Cowboys Mayfield, to be fair, Parson low-key dish Dak on his podcast while hyping Eagles. Yeah, that's fine. But it's like none of that ain't shit. That's my point. I ain't worried about he did Dak. I don't care. It's like, this is why I don't care. I remember what Haley was doing. Like, I remember Haley, people, will y'all look up what Haley used to say to Micah Irvin them? He used to tell Micah Irvin to their face and to the media, you are not no Jerry Rice. Like, I know today we would have ran off all them people that's considered great. In today's social media, we would have literally ran off everybody that's great. If you really, really remember do y'all remember what Eric Williams was accused of? Do y'all remember that? Do you remember the cocaine? Do you remember the knife to the teammate? And we talking about, he said this about Dad. Give a bro, like, no. This is what I want to tell Cowboy Nation. This game is a gladiator game. It's not like how we are at work. You know how we go to work, and it's cubicles and people will fire you because you don't have a personality fit. This ain't that. When you in that locker room, man, it be all kind of stuff going on in the locker room, bro. Boss, yeah. Oh, I remember the 200 pounds. CJ. Let's see. Yeah, I remember. It was a player. I ain't gonna say his name. He got caught with 200 bricks. 200 in them things. That boy got caught with 200 bricks. Say, can you imagine? Can you imagine getting caught with 200 bricks? Yeah, crack pipes. Can you play the White House? The White House. They had a house that they still don't talk about to this day. They never tell the stories of what the origin. I ain't gonna even say what. Man, go watch that documentary. Everybody was no comment. No comment. Everybody. No. What went on in the White House? I don't know. Was it a lot of women? Did y'all used to cheat on y'all wives? Oh man, I ain't talking about that. You don't think Jerry and them knew about that? Man, thank you, CJ. See, CJ, you can see CJ. You must be from Dallas. Club Prime Time. Like Prime had a whole club. I used to go to club. These dudes had clubs as football players. Clubs. And we talking about, he said this on the podcast. He said, I don't give a man say, bro. It's all about how them boys play football. That's what it all should be about. Go look at Green Bay. No, go look at Philly. Look at Philly. Philly is the way to handle people. AJ is a clear distraction. But you know what they do? They say, so what? He helps us win. AJ Brown was getting into it with the head coach at the Super Bowl in the game. And you know what they did? Fed him the ball. You know what Dallas would be doing? Like what Sean was doing from Sean and RJ. I'm just tickled. He's a bad kid. I'm tired of the pouting. I'm tired of the moodiness. It's like, bruh, can we focus on how they play, bruh? Can we fuck all of that? Like, that shit so... Like, damn. Like, can we focus on how they play, please? Is this about how they play, or is this about the locker room? The locker room. It's like, bro, like, man, we gotta really learn the way of gladiatorism again, bro. We've lost it. So, basically, I'm gonna tell y'all this: that Crosby though. That's chum, y'all. I don't believe it. So what we go do is we go use that chum in the water that Jerry got. We go use that chum, and we go work, and we go out there and start looking at some real pass rushers. I don't think it's gonna be Crosby. I looked at the money. I followed the money, and the money don't say it's gonna happen. Just keeping it real. If you can find me one player in NFL history that was traded on a brand new contract, then I would consider it. But if you can't find one, let's just use the odds and say then it's likely not gonna happen. I don't care how excited we are, but I am gonna look around the league and I'm gonna keep fighting for an edge. But I'm not gonna. Once I learn the truth, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I appreciate everybody, man. Anybody that like to donate to like truthful content, not a channel that's gonna pander to you and lie to you, because there's a lot of people that's out there hyping that shit. They hyping it, and you know, I would have hyped it too if I didn't learn. So I learned. I got smarter. I actually did more research. So, but for people that like truthful content, man, make sure y'all throw a couple of dollars at your boy. I appreciate that. Also, I'm going to be dropping some more videos. These are shorter videos for all the people with the short attention spans. I already dropped this one. It's very interesting. Massive improvement. Trust me, I make the case on linebacker. Anybody that been concerned with linebacker, you better check that out. You're going to feel better. Trust me. And I'm not capping on that. I only, to this day, serve Kool-Aid that's measured. I would never give you no sugary Kool-Aid. Tomorrow, I'm going to be dropping that George Pickens has the leverage. That's important. Anybody that's concerned tomorrow about if he going to get paid, you're going to want to really watch that show. You're going to really want to watch that. And it's going to only be like 10 minutes. Then, for all the people that really love blue, I got some good news for you. And I'm going to also show that to you tomorrow as well. Because I'm going to keep it all the way down the middle. I'm going to keep it all the way down the middle on everything that I'm seeing. And I'm going to just, when I find the truth, I'm going to just give you the truth. Even if I don't want the truth myself, I'm going to still tell you the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
It's your boy, Boss Show Me, man. I'm going to continue to give y'all this sauce. Until tomorrow, to another great day of content. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe for your boy, share your boy content, because y'all know I do it from the heart, and I do it with right, and I do it with integrity. I'm out.